Vergil Ortiz returns tonight after a long layoff due to some health issues, right? We know about what happened to Verge. But he returns tonight against Fred Lawson. It's supposed to be a fight to kind of shake the rust off. We're going to see how he looks. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. I could just do this all day. The two-time, the monetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man.
Vergil Ortiz says that the Crawford fight could still happen. Yeah, he says it could still happen. He believes the fight could still happen. I think Vergil Ortiz got some work to do, got some catching up to do. I'm not sure if Crawford's really looking back down for guys like Vergil Ortiz. I mean, if he's not going to fight Boots Ennis, who actually got something to bring to the table, why would he fight Vergil Ortiz, who has nothing to bring to the table? But Vergil Ortiz acknowledges Terence Crawford as one of the best fighters in the sport. And yeah, he still believes that this fight could happen. Vergil Ortiz goes up against the 34-year-old Frederick Lawson tonight. Dude said he gonna try to surprise Vergil. Frederick Lawson said he's gonna spoil his plans on campaigning at 154 pounds. This is his debut at 154. Is this his debut? It may be, it may not be. Sometimes guys start off at higher weight class, then move down, campaign there, and then, you know, eventually move up as they get older. But whatever the case, Vergil Ortiz always been a big welterweight. He had complications making weight. He's supposed to fight Stanley Jonas multiple times last year. It didn't happen due to both guys catching some illnesses outside of the ring, and Vergil Ortiz with the most of these illnesses. And now he's decided to campaign at 154 pounds. Why? Because he was simply too big for 147 pounds. But Vergil Ortiz fighting Terence Crawford. Nah, man. Nah, that's not a I mean, Vergil got some. I don't see Crawford, right? The thing is, I don't see Crawford looking back at that type of fight right now. He's looking at guys like Canelo. He's looking for big fights. Of course, we got to go through with this Spence thing. And speaking of Errol Spence, the big fish been out here, right? We've been seeing photos of Errol Spence Jr., right? And he always seemed to be in good spirits, right? That's the best we could take away from what we know from what's going on with Errol the True Big Fish Spence Jr. He seemed to be in good spirits, right? He's not talking or doing anything, but he definitely has been showing himself, and he looks like he's still in shape. He looks like he's just enjoying life, hanging out, and you know that's what it is, right? But speaking of Errol Spence, man, Bernard Hopkins has some interesting things to say in regards to Errol Spence and his fight with Terence Crawford. Let's check it out. Salute to Fight Hub TV.
Crawford, Billy Crawford, even though fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, but look where he beat.
And they talking about Inoue and Crawford. Who's the fighter of the year between those two?
Disputed.
Look where he beat. Look where he beat. What he did to Spence, and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me.
Yeah, and Bernard was a guy who was kind of like, I guess you could say flip-flopping a little bit. He was with Crawford 1 minute, say Crawford's better. Then he said it. Then as the fight came by, he was kind of going for Spence. He believed Spence was going to win, and now this is what he's saying.
And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? Yeah, I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on them. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponent from the potentially fight? It's been quiet. You see the weight he gained?
Now, I don't see nothing about the weight he gained or any of that. Like I said right here, Spence looked like I feel like he's supposed to look, right? At this age, at this point, this is how Spence is supposed to look. He's not fat or anything like that. He's just not in camp or anything. But based off what I've seen of Spence, he seemed to be in good spirits despite everything. He hasn't came out and said anything in regards to the fight or a fight in general. But this is what he's been doing. He's been hanging out, living life. So, yeah, but B-Hop do got a point with him taking some fights out of him, taking some life out of him. Hell yeah. That was a hell of a beatdown, man. I mean, that was, like I said, it was hard to fucking watch. I don't know. I mean, it was really hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? After like around the 5th round, it's like, okay, this is starting to, enough is enough. It was kind of hard to watch. So, yeah, one would imagine Spence likely probably won't be the same fighter. I don't know. We go see, man. Spence seemed like he's mentally tough, considering everything he's been through with the car accident and everything, and the fight with Crawford. You know, Errol Spence is a tough dude. So, yeah, man. Other than that, man, Vergil Ortiz, does he deserve a shot with Terence Crawford? Will he be able to make a fight happen with Crawford in time? That's the question. Crawford don't seem like he's going to be sticking around too much longer. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see how Vergil Ortiz looks tonight. Like, subscribe, hot your boy. Peace out.